Okay, hello everyone once again who just connected. Thanks for attending this webinar one more time. So my name is Alex, I'm CEO of company Solved, and I'm also leading the product development of Zebrunner. And here on the call, my colleague Nikita, who will assist me in providing the information during the webinar, and he'll help to answer the questions. So it would be nice if you collect the questions during my presentation, and we will try to assign 5-10 minutes in the end of this webinar to answer all the questions. Okay, so let's first of all begin with the basic description of the product we have. First of all, let me say that right now we are in beta testing, and probably some bugs may take place. So I'm sorry for that in advance. So yeah, first of all, the product that we have called Zebrunner. So basically, this is a kind of SaaS solution that is represented by 3 main layers. So first of all, on the very top, we have premium reporting features. So it allows you to execute the automation tests and get the results by means of test logs, screenshots, and videos. So all this stuff I'll show during the demonstration. So on the second layer, we have the CI/CD. So all the tests should be executed in some pipelines. So we provide this layer as well in our SaaS solution. And the third layer is isolated Selenium and Appium environment. So we are executing the tests in Dockerized environment published in public cloud. And all the tests are executed in isolated Docker containers, and we are capable to scale this cluster in accordance to your project needs. Right now, we are supporting the most popular web browsers for the web automation, so including the Chrome, Firefox, Opera, Microsoft Edge, Internet Explorer, and also we are supporting the automation based on mobile. So we are capable to execute Android native tests and Android web tests. Okay, so let me start with the creation of new workspace. So you are capable to do that on your side. So first of all, we are pressing Start New Trial, and we are requesting to specify your email address and your company name. In this case, I'll specify demo company and my own email. So on this step, we have to validate our email. So we are getting the PIN number on your email address and verify. That's it. So on the third step, you have 2 options. If you are interested in getting the sample test automation project, you can specify your GitHub account, and after that, you'll be asked to provide the GitHub organization and new project name, demo, let's say just something like that. You can make this project private or public, whatever you need. Let's say right now it will be public, and right now I'm finishing this flow. So at this particular point, our administrator will verify all the details and will accept your request. And shortly, you'll get the verification email with all the details about new workspace and the generated GitHub repository. So it may take a few seconds. Just let me check my email address. Okay. Just a couple of seconds. Okay, I've just got this email. You can see here we have a welcome email with new demo company workspace generated. And I'd like to pay your attention that in the footer of the message, you can get the reference to your new GitHub repository. So as I've said, it is a sample optimization project that is represented by general TestNG Java optimization structure, and it has Karina-based framework inside. So you can read more about Karina by the link in the GitHub README. So you can get the idea how we automate the tests for web, mobile, and API. So basically, it follows all the best practices from Selenium and Appium world. So we are following object-oriented patterns for optimizing new tests. So yeah. Okay, so let's get back to the workspace. So I'm opening the email one more time and pressing Let's Start button. And on this step, let me just one more time. Okay, sorry. Here we are asking to provide your new username and password. And right after that, you're capable to log in into new workspace. You can see that right now all the widgets on dashboard are empty, and we have to generate some tests. So we're switching to the test runs. And right now we are capable to execute new tests. So I'm pressing the test launcher, and in the test launcher, you can see we have a demo project with the name that we specified during the initialization flow. And inside it, we have two test launchers that are available by default. You can remove them or modify. But first of all, let's scan the project. So if I get back to the TestNG project, so you can see that we have a general Maven structure. And in SRC test resources, we have a couple of TestNG suites that basically collect some API, mobile tests, and web tests. And as soon as I press on settings, I specify, let's say, master branch, I press scan, and in this particular moment, we are executing some job on the CI side that basically gets the clones of the repository that we specified, and it will scan all the TestNG XML files available in the project. So this procedure may take up to a minute or even less. And right after that, we will be capable to run our first test run in context of Zebrunner. Let's wait just a couple of seconds. Okay, so yeah, right now we are done. So we can back to the list, and you can see that all the TestNG XML files that were available in my project right now are available in the test launchers. And switching between them, you can get the idea that we are capable to run the web tests. So for running the web tests, we have to select some environment. So in this case, we are selected the Zebrunner provider, and we can switch between different versions of browser and browser version. And if we switch to the mobile Android test, we're capable to select the testing on native app or web app. And for the native, we'll have to specify the version of Android. Okay, and for API tests, we're not basically required, we're not asked to specify any capabilities, because in API tests, we're not executing any WebDriver sessions. So in this case, let's switch to our sample web demo test, and I leave all this configuration by default. I press the launch button. As soon as the launch button is clicked, you can see that we have this gray test run. Right now, it's compiling the project on the CI level, and we'll get the results shortly. So right now, I'll execute another API test with default settings. And yeah, let's switch to web demo tests. So you can see right now we have 3 threads executed in real time. So I can open every session, and in real time I can see the VNC session of the web test executed and all the test logs that are captured from my framework are also populated in this UI. So after the test is executed, all the logs are available. So, and shortly the video will be uploaded and I can replay the test session afterwards. So you can see it's available now. I can play it, maximize the window, and you can see that all the messages here displays what is going on during the test scripts. So we're opening new pages, interacting with some UI elements, and all this stuff is available right now. It's really useful when you analyze some test bugs or test failures. So right now I'm switching back to the previous view. This is test suite results, and you can see one of the tests has failed, and right there I can get the stack trace with appropriate reason why does it fail. I can open up and analyze what was wrong, and with that, when the test failed, I can even open up the screenshots and I can get the idea of what is going on here. I can analyze some UI bugs if they take place. So yeah, it's quite easy to analyze the results by means of the Zebrunner product. So in some cases, it's really useful to track known issues. We have this feature that is actively used by our engineers. So let's say we have invalid random info, and we know this is kind of application bug. So I'm just clicking link issue, and if the Jira integration is available, you can specify some Jira item, and let's say provide some description here. RAM is invalid. You can track either it's blocker or not. It will be highlighted as a blocker. And finally, if the same failure take place in next rounds, you can get the idea that you will not spend a lot of time for test analysis. You can see that we executed 5 tests, and 1 test failed, and the second one displays how many tests failed with known issues, and the third one displays how many of them failed with blockers. So another cool feature that we have in Zebrunner is ability for rerunning only failed tests. So let's say you've executed really huge regression run with hundreds of tests, and some of them fail due to some staging environment problem, and you have, for instance, 10% of failed tests. And it's really reasonable to rerun only failed tests, and it dramatically reduces the amount of time to get the final regression results. Okay, so right now, let me switch to my staging environment, because all the next demonstration I'd like to work with more generated tests. I would like to say a few words about dashboards and widgets, and also I'd like to say a few words about the test launcher filters. So here you can see we have a lot of demo tests executed. I've just prepared this kind of environment to provide you a better understanding of the features we have. So you can filter the results by different criteria, like selecting the environment, like selecting the platform, specifying appropriate time range for the test. And you can search by test name itself, by review status, and some additional. Let's reset this search criteria. So another option to filter the results is an option of stored filters. So when we press the add button, let's say we're interested only in Chrome failed tests. I say it's Chrome failed, make this stored filter public, and specify some criteria like platform equals to Chrome, and let's say status not equals to past. So we're interested in any other test status like failed, skipped, aborted, etc. So I press Add, click Create, and I'm capable to filter all the test runs just clicking this, this button. And you can see that we have only failure tests that were executed on Chrome browser. Okay, let's get back. So if we get back to the test launchers, we've worked with we've executed web tests, we've executed API tests. In some cases, it's really useful to create manual test launchers. So you're capable to say, okay, let's say it's Karina Web, and you specify some, predefined template, let's say web tests. And here you can specify all the required parameters that should be provided for your test automation. So it will be maybe some integer parameters, some string parameters, or even selection of different options. If I press Add, you can see new manually created test launcher was created, and you can see that all these parameters are available here, and all of them will be provided on CI layer, and as a result, your automation run will be pre-populated with these startup arguments. So, and you can easily delete it or modify if you need it. Let's remove it for now. Okay, so what other cool features we have here? We have an ability to send these reports, the test run reports by email. So let's say I just specify my email address, press OK, send it. And shortly I'll receive this email. Just let me provide you with a template of how it looks like. So you can see that we have environment, we have amount of failed past tests, and you can see the stack trace and what tests were executed. So I've just received this this last email is just triggered from UI. So you are capable to, as I've said, to run the tests, to remove it if you have enough permissions. You can export it to HTML, so you can see it's available right now. It downloads, and also you can, mark as reviewed in some cases if some manual QA engineers or automation engineers have to provide regression status. It's really easy to provide some details, and the result, the test run status will have a reviews label and the comments that were initially specified here. Okay, so let's switch to another topic dedicated to dashboards. It's really important for automation to provide the transparency automation results. And for this transparency, we are providing dashboards and widgets. At this time, we have at least 5 types of different widgets. This is pie chart, the horizontal bar chart, line charts, vertical bar charts, and the tables. So you can see here we have all this list, and let's try to create a new personalized dashboard. It's really easy. We just click on dashboards, create new one, demo dashboard, and right now we have navigated to this new demo dashboards with no widgets on it. And right now we are capable to add some widgets. So when I press new widgets, I see this kind of wizard that allows me to create new widget or select from the list of existing. So first of all, let's create a new one. Let's say I'm interested to create a new widget based on pass rate template. I select this template, and here you have a lot of options to change. So first of all, the most important is a period of time. Let's say I'm interested only in last week results, and I'm interested only in some tests that were executed on Chrome. You can see the preview of this widget here, and here specify the widget name Chrome pass rate and some description. As a result, new widget was created and it's automatically added to your new demo dashboard. And let's add a few more. So right now I will not create a new widget, but choose from the existing gallery. So let's say I'm interested by pass rate by the platform and also some additional like this line chart, 30 days test trend. Okay, here we have all three widgets on our dashboard. Right now we're capable to change the placement by clicking this button and placing it here, changing the size. So customizing this dashboard in accordance to your project needs. So finally, I pressed apply button and all the new placements were changed, all the new sizes were saved. And right now we are capable to do some more tricks with this widget. So first of all, we are capable to edit created widgets if you need it. So probably you need just to change some parameters, adding not only the Chrome but additional browsers. You can change the name and description. So you're capable to remove from dashboard. And also another cool feature is you're capable to send these dashboards by email. So I specify my personal email one more time here. You can set here any list of recipients. You can customize the title of the email and you can customize the body that will be specified in email. So I'm pressing send button. Right now, our product captures the dashboard screen and it sends new email to recipients. So I go back to my email and you can see demo dashboard where it was captured and sent by email. So here is all the widgets that were available on the dashboard. All this functionality is available for specific widgets, so I can send only my new pie chart. So it's easy to do that. So, and finally, I can modify a dashboard name, I can delete it if needed, and also I can provide some global parameters, but I will not touch this topic right now. Okay, so right now, let me say a few words about user management. We can invite new users by email. So when you create new workspace, you are capable to specify what kind of user groups you are inviting. So let's say we're interested in users, and here specify the list of emails. And finally, all your colleagues will receive this kind of invitation emails with ability to register in your workspace. And speaking about the permissions, we have a really highly customizable matrix of access rights, dedicated dashboards, test runs, users management, integrations, etc., etc. And so also you are capable to, as I've said, you are capable to track user performance. You're capable to modify user profiles. So as a super admin, you're capable to do all this stuff. Another cool feature that we are providing in our product is integration with multiple third-party products. So first of all, I'd like to say a few words about Slack integration. So if you're interested to track all the automation results in your Slack channels, you are capable to provide a webhook for your Slack workspace and configure it so that all the test runs will result in publishing new channel message. So we are integrating with a set of test case management tools like Qtest, Jira, and TestRail, so that we have bidirectional integration with them. We can post some statuses in TestRail or Jira. We can get the status of the tickets if we speak about the known issue that I've already showed you. So yeah, it's also available in context of our product. We are also integrating with CI tools. So in this case, we are capable to support multiple multiple Jenkins instances. So we are working hard to support additional CI providers like Hudson, like Circle CI, etc. Right now we are supporting Jenkins from the box. And also speaking about test environment providers, so basically it's environment for running your automation. By default, we are enabling Zebrunner for running the web tests and Android mobile tests. But if you need, you can provide integration with multiple well-known providers like BrowserStack, like South Labs, like, you can also set up your local Selenium hub and enable it, providing the URL and some credentials if you enable authentication. So yeah, and as a result, when we switch back to the test launchers, all the tests you have selection between different providers, so you can select between Zebrunner, BrowserStack, or whatever provider you're interested in. So speaking about the workspace itself, we have another cool feature called the projects. So you can add unlimited amount of projects. If let's say if in your company you have multiple threads, multiple sub-projects, you can track results in different projects, and as a result, only appropriate test runs will be displayed if any of the projects is selected. And also this kind of selection will affect the results on your dashboards, because some of the dashboards have a parameter called project, and it will filter results for appropriate project for you. Okay, so switching back to our landing page, I would like to say a few words about the layers that we have in our product and that you are capable to use. So as I've said, we have a reporting tool. Right now, we are working hard to support most popular automation frameworks, and we are implementing agents for TestNG, JUnit, and we would like to cover NUnit as well. We would like to cover PyTest, and RSpec are almost ready. So in this case, you will be able to use our reporting tool and run your tests and get results in Zebrunner you are reporting. So we are also providing you with our internal hub URL, so that you'll be able to implement the test in the way you like it, and you can use our Selenium and Appium centralized hub URL to execute the test in our cluster. So so in this case, you have different options to use the whole system or use isolated components. And speaking about the pricing, you know that a lot of well-known providers and like BrowserStack and South Labs, they provide you only one option to select a predefined amount of threads and you pay in advance. So let's say in general it costs you up to $150. In this case, we are trying to find or to declare different strategy of pricing. So we are billing for the infrastructure execution. So depending on amount of tests or an amount of testing hours that you utilize in our product, we change the price. More you run, less you pay. So if you are in the range of hundreds hours per month, you're paying less than $1 per hour. And if you're running a really huge amount of tests, it will cost you 20 cents. And also for the reporting tool, we have a fixed price equals to $59. So if you're not interested in infrastructure execution, you just pay a fixed price of $59, and your reporting all your automation results in our reporting tool. Okay, so basically this is it. It's about 33 minutes past, so I'm ready to answer your questions if you have any. I will be glad to hear any feedback from you. So before we start this question session, I'd like to inform you that I will send the follow-up to this webinar with some survey, and I really appreciate if you can provide some feedback about the webinar, about the topics that you're interested in. So yeah, guys, any questions? So please use the questions area and text it. I can answer it.
Alex, I see that Vladimir has his hand raised for a long time already. So I think Vladimir has a question.
Okay, probably I can unmute Vladimir and he can ask the question. Okay, Vladimir. Okay, looks like you're capable to ask the question by voice or by text. Okay, looks like some technical problems. Or Vladimir, I can hear you. Can you please say a few words? Okay. Any other questions, guys? Probably hi, all good's great. Vladimir, thanks. Okay, question from Vladimir. Hi, all good, great, but we have little question. Do you have some solution for closed contours like local cloud? Sorry, I have no mics. Yes, this is really nice question, and we do understand that enterprises would like to work in some kind of limited perimeter, and right now we are actually working with some kind of VPN tunneling, and this functionality will be available shortly. For sure, it's important, and we know that.
Well, just to elaborate Alex's answer, though, well, thing is that we can actually deploy this whole setup in your cloud. That is something we can do as well. And if you have that kind of need, definitely reach out to us and we can discuss it in more details.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was muted. A question from Andres. Do we can make custom reports? Looks great. So could you please explain a little bit what kind of custom reports are you interested in? Andres, I can unmute you. Probably you have a mic, so you can ask the question by voice, or you can proceed in text. Okay. Let's wait for a minute. Okay, guys. So, any other questions? I will really glad to answer. Looks like we have up to 20 attendees, 17. So, I'd like to get some feedback from you, some questions. So anyway, if you will be able to provide some feedback by survey, it will be nice. If you have any other questions, you can contact me directly. So, okay, so I will just type my email here, alex@solved.com. Just use it, just to ping me directly. I will keep in touch. Andres, are capable to explain in more details what kind of custom reports are you interested in? Okay. Okay, guys, so before we finish the webinar, I'd like to say a few words about the open source. So basically, we have our reporting tool in open source world is called Zephyra. So if you're interested to set up your private reporting based on Zephyra, you can get this repo cloned. You can use Docker Compose to run everything from scratch. And also you can easily contact the Telegram channel. So all this contact information is available in documentation in README file. So Zephyra is our automation reporting, and Karina is our automation framework for Selenium and APM automation. And you can use it. And basically, using Karina, we are generating the sample project. Okay, so we have a question here also from Andres. Sorry, it's about the choose data results to compile the report, or just a generic report by Zebrunner. Or just generic report provided by Zebrunner. So basically, we do provide a REST API for logging the results. So you can create your own agent that will allow to use your automation framework and report all the details to the Zephyra. And as I've said, the dashboards and widgets are highly customizable, and you can easily adopt these reports to your project needs. And if we speak about the test results itself, right now the structure of test results, test runs are predefined. So we have test names, we have references to CI jobs, we have environments, platforms, amount of passed, failed, skip tests, and we can get the results, the details of the test execution by means of the logs and video recordings. So if you are running this test in context of the Zebrunner execution environment, all this stuff will be available as well for you.
Yeah, I just wanted to add a few things here as well. So maybe the question was about the widgets you showed. So talking about those, well, some of those are predefined. Actually, pretty much all of those are predefined. But we do have an API and we do have a UI that is not currently available to the end users yet. So this is something we do as an administrators of Zebrunner. But we are considering, well, making it public, and we might allow end users to operate on the data we keep to build those widgets and those dashboards.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, guys, any other questions? Got it, thank you. Okay, thank you, Andres, for the question. Okay, great. So one more time, thank you guys for attending this webinar. So we will keep you posted with all the new features. And as I've said, we'll provide some kind of follow-up to this webinar with some small survey where we can ask some questions that we're interested in. So yeah, have a good evening. Thanks a lot. See you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys.